A new global report by Amnesty International is warning that human rights protections around the world are facing one of their most serious setbacks in decades. In its latest annual review, the rights group says powerful governments are increasingly ignoring international law, while authoritarian practices are expanding across many regions. The report singles out the leaders of Israel, Russia, and the United States as playing a central role in weakening global human rights protections. According to Amnesty's Secretary General Agnes Callamard, the world is witnessing a sharp shift away from the international system that was built after the Second World War to protect civilians and uphold basic rights. Speaking at the launch of the report in London, Callamard said many governments are now choosing to appease powerful states rather than confront them, while others are copying the same aggressive behavior. The report argues that the actions of leaders such as Benjamin Netanyahu, Donald Trump, and Vladimir Putin have had what it calls a dramatic impact on global norms. Amnesty says these actions are encouraging similar behavior elsewhere, leading to what it describes as a more aggressive and lawless international environment. The report documents human rights violations across hundreds of pages, covering countries from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe. Among the conflicts highlighted are the war in Ukraine following Russia's invasion, the ongoing violence in Gaza Strip, and the wider regional tensions involving the United States, Israel, and Iran. According to the report, Israeli attacks in Gaza since October 2023 have resulted in more than 72,000 deaths, while conflicts in Lebanon and the recent war involving Iran have added thousands more casualties. Amnesty says these wars illustrate a broader trend in which civilian protection and international humanitarian law are increasingly ignored. The report also warns that authoritarian practices are intensifying globally, with governments using national security laws, surveillance, and anti-terror legislation to silence dissent. In India, the report said national security laws have been used to detain activists and restrict civil society space, particularly affecting minority communities. Pakistan is mentioned as well, with Amnesty raising concerns about restrictions on online speech and the use of cybercrime and anti-terror laws against journalists and activists. It also notes legal cases and convictions involving members of the opposition party Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf following the protests of May 2023. Despite the bleak assessment, Amnesty said there are also signs of resistance, including youth-led protests and growing international legal action over alleged war crimes. The organization says the coming years will determine whether the global system designed to protect human rights can still hold.